Did you know that 2010 was 13 years ago? It was just before I started playing the Pokemon trading card game competitively, but what's really cool about this format for me is that some of these cards from the Heart Gold Soul Silver era were still legal for play when I started playing in 2011, but all of the cards from the Diamond and Pearl era, I've never really played with those, so getting to revisit this format has been a lot of fun. In today's video, we're going to be showing off a match between two top decks from the 2010 World Championship format, Diamond and Pearl through Heart Gold Soul Silver Unleashed. I'm stoked to show off the decks, but before we get to it, let's head over to FullGripGames.com. FullGripGames.com is the best place to buy Pokemon trading card game singles and sealed product. We've got super fast shipping and top-notch grading. You really won't find better service anywhere than at FullGripGames.com. We've also got a buy list, so if you've got extra cards lying around your house, maybe crowding up your kitchen table or spread out all over your bedroom floor, then you absolutely have to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We are always buying bulk and singles here at the shop, and selling your extra cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content that I create here on Tricky Gym. Thank you so much for buying and selling at FullGripGames.com. Now, let's check out those 2010 decks. On my side of the table, I'm playing Jay Hornung's Gyarados deck. Gyarados is a super strong and low maintenance attacker. It's got 130 hit points and the awesome Tail Revenge attack, which does 30 damage times the amount of Magikarp in your discard pile for free. So if you have 3 Magikarp in your discard pile, Gyarados can do 90 damage with no energy attached. And with the help of Expert Belt and Crobat G, Gyarados can hit even bigger numbers. Expert Belt is a tool card that gives the Pokemon it's attached to 20 more hit points and makes it do 20 more damage to the defending Pokemon. The catch is, the Pokemon it's attached to gives up an extra prize card when it gets knocked out, so you gotta be careful where you place your Expert Belts. And then Crobat G has the Flash Bite Poke Power, which allows you to place 1 damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon when you play Crobat G from your hand to the bench. Now, one of the issues with this deck is that you're pretty much always going to have 3 Magikarp in the discard pile, which could make it difficult to stream attackers. But with the help of Broken Time Space, that's no problem at all. Broken Time Space is a pretty broken stadium card that allows you to evolve a Pokemon the same turn you put it into play. So it allows you to basically break the evolution rules. You can retrieve a Magikarp from the discard pile and then evolve it into Gyarados the same turn if you've got a Broken Time Space in play. And this is what allows you to stream Tail Revenge attacks even when a Gyarados gets knocked out. You can also pull off some pretty cool tricks with Super Scoop Up. If you flip a heads, you can pick up a damaged Gyarados, put it into your hand, and then lay it right back down to start swinging again with Tail Revenge. Now, this deck also has one of the most broken cards ever printed in it, Sableye. Sableye has the over-eager Pokebody, which makes it so that if Sableye is your active Pokemon at the beginning of the game, you automatically go first. No coin flip, no nothing. You get to go first if you open Sableye. And then it has the free attack Impersonate, which allows you to search your deck for a supporter card and discard it. Then you get to use the effect of that card as the effect of this attack. So Sableye is incredible for setting up and allows you to get a jump start on the game by allowing you to go first. I really hope I get to open Sableye in this upcoming game. My buddy Will is going to be playing Gardevoir Gallade. Gardevoir Gallade is largely considered to be the best deck from this era, and it's pretty easy to see why. Gardevoir is an absolute powerhouse of a Pokemon card. Its Telepass Poke Power allows you to search your opponent's discard pile for a supporter card and use the effect of that card as the effect of this power. So what that means is once Gardevoir is set up, You basically get to play 2 supporters a turn, since Telepass copies a supporter out of your opponent's discard pile, and then you still get to play a supporter card from your hand for turn. And then Gardevoir's Psychic Lock attack for a Psychic and 2 colorless energy does 60 damage and prevents your opponent from using Poke Powers during their next turn. If Gardevoir's Telepass power wasn't enough, this deck also has Claydol with the Cosmic Power Poke Power, which allows you to choose up to 2 cards from your hand, put them on the bottom of your deck in any order, and then draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Claydol is one of the best draw support Pokemon ever printed in the history of the game. While you set up your Stage 2 Pokemon, Spiritomb is the best starter in this deck. It's got the Keystone Seal Pokebody, which reads as long as Spiritomb is your active Pokemon, each player can't play any trainer cards from their hand. Now you might think that it would be pretty difficult to set up while Spiritomb is preventing both players from playing trainer cards. However, Spiritomb has the free attack Darkness Grace, which allows you to search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon, which counts as evolving that Pokemon. If you do, you have to put 1 damage counter on Spiritomb. So Spiritomb trainer locks both players and helps you to set up your deck. I'm really stoked to see how this matchup goes, so check it out and let me know what you think of these awesome 2010 decks in the comments below.
All right.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I've got Sableye, so I will be going first. I'll draw for turn, and I'll use Sableye's Impersonate attack, which allows me to search my deck for a supporter card and use it as the effect of the attack. So I really want to see how many Magikarp I have. Looks like all 4 Magikarp are in my deck, which is great news. We do have a way to fish a Magikarp out, though. We could use Time Walk. Time Walk is a really cool Poke Power, which allows you to search your prizes for a Pokemon and switch it with one of the cards in your hand when you play Azel from your hand to the bench. So that's how you fix the prizing situation in this deck if you happen to prize too many Magikarp. So with Impersonate, we're going to get Pokemon Collector, play the Pokemon Collector, and get 3 Magikarp and put them into my hand. All right, it's your go.
I'm going to start off with a nice Roseanne's Research. Off of Roseanne's, I'm going to grab Ralts and Psychic. And then I'm going to bench the Ralts. I'm going to attach Call and use Call Energy. Yeah, I'm going to grab Ralts and Baltoy. And now you're up.
I'll draw for turn. See, I have a pretty fire opening. Yeah, I'm digging what we got going on right now. This is pretty good.
Doesn't sound too good for me.
I'm going to use Felicity's Drawing to discard 2 Magikarp from my hand and draw 4 cards. I've got this huge hand, but I cannot play any trainer cards. I'm going to use Sableye's Impersonate attack. With Impersonate, I'm going to use Pokemon Collector. Off of the Pokemon Collector, I'm going to get Magikarp, Unknown Q, and Regice. And I'm going to put those 3 into my hand.
Draw for turn. Now that Andrew has revealed to me his game plan, I'll bench another Spiritomb so that Regice basically does nothing.
I was hoping you wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Attach Psychic Energy to Ralts. I'm just going to Darkness Grace. Because I got nothing else to do. Get the Claydol and you're up.
I was really hoping that Will would not have the judge this turn. I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have a 15-card hand, and I only have 2 Magikarp in my discard pile. I really want to hold on to this hand so that I can get that 3rd Magikarp in the discard pile. This is really strong getting to keep this 15-card hand.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I'll draw. I'll get to use Felicity's Drawing to discard the third Magikarp as well as this Azelf, and I'll draw 4 cards. Huh. Imagine that. 17 cards.
17 cards, huh?
No Gyarados.
Sometimes that do be happening in that deck. Sometimes it also just can't find the broken time space either.
You believe that? I've got all of these cards in my hand and no way to get a Gyarados. Anyways, we'll get there eventually. I'm going to bench Magikarp, and I'm going to bench Unknown Q. Then I'll use Unknown Q's Quick Poke Power to equip it as a tool card to Sableye. I'm going to use Flash Bite on Ralts. And then I'm going to use Impersonate. Off of Impersonate, I'm going to get Bebe's Search. Bebe's Search allows me to place a card on top of my deck and then search my deck for a Pokemon. I want that Gyarados, and I'm going to put it into my hand.
Draw for turn. It's not looking too good over here. I really need a judge. If I get a judge this turn, it'll be fine. Man, it's tough out here. I'll Cosmic Power, put 2 back, draw until I have 6. The Ralts isn't really any threat of being knocked out since Andrew doesn't have the Luxray on his bench, so I don't have to worry about that right now. I'll use Darkness Grace again and find the Kirlia. And your turn.
I'll draw for turn. I'm going to evolve Magikarp into Gyarados. I'll retreat for free using the Unknown. And I'll Tail Revenge for the knockout.
You got all 3 in there?
Yes, I do.
Promote Kirlia. So I could just use the Gallade and just swing for 160 because Gyarados does have fighting resistance and just take a knockout. Or I could start using Gardevoir. The problem is I would use Gallade if I had Judge. But without Judge right now, I can't. I don't want to commit to evolving either one without Judge. So I'm going to put Expert Belt on the Kirlia and Cosmic Power for 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is fine. What I can do here is go Gallade, Rare Candy, Gardevoir, Telepass, Felicities, attach to Gardevoir, and Judge.
You're nuts.
Yeah, here we go.
You're nuts, dude. That's crazy.
Let's go.
What the heck, man?
And I got the energy attachment.
What the? This is not cool, man. This is really bad, guys.
This is really cool.
I had a really big hand. I did not want that to go away.
So I would have also liked to find like a Nidoran or something there. But it's fine. So I'll use Psychic Cut for 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Because the Gyarados does have resistance.
Yep. All right, the Gyarados goes down. Will gets to take a prize. And I'll promote Sableye. Wow, that is such a crazy turn. I'll draw. I'm going to bench Combee and use its honey item to get Magikarp out of my discard pile, and I'm going to place it onto my bench. Attach Expert Belts to Magikarp. I'm going to attach Warp Energy to Crobat G, and I'm going to play Bebe's Search to put this card on top of my deck and search my deck for a Pokemon and put it into my hand, and it's Uxie.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I want the card that's going to draw me 7. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm going to use Uxi's setup to draw 7. Luxury Ball, and off of the Luxury Ball, I'm going to get Gyarados and put it into my hand. Then I will play Mesprit onto my bench and use its Psychic Bind Poke Power, which makes it so that your Poke Powers don't work next turn. Then I'm going to use Sableye's Impersonates attack. And with Impersonates, I will use Felicity's Drawing to discard 2 cards from my hand and draw 4 cards. So I'm going to discard both of these Sableye and draw 4.
Draw for turn. Let's see. So I have no powers, which is unfortunate, but I am getting a free prize this turn. I'll go ahead and bench Ralt, but I will attach a Call Energy to Gardevoir, and can't Telepass, can't Cosmic Power. I'll Base Search Nidoran and bench Nidoran, and then I will use Psychic Cut, flipping over 0 prize cards, and take Call Energy.
I'll promote Crobat and draw for turn. I'm going to evolve Magikarp into Gyarados. Your Gallade has 140 HP remaining right now.
3 Flash Bites.
I would need 3 Flash Bites. Yes. I'm going to play Super Scoop Up. It's a heads.
Always heads.
I'm going to pick up Crobat. That's a big flip.
It's a big flip.
I'm going to Flash Bite the Gallade. And I'm going to Poke Turn and Flash Bite the Gallade again. And then I'm going to play Pokemon Collector. Off of Pokemon Collector, I'm going to get Crobat G, Luxray, and Regice. Put those 3 into my hand. And then I will Flash Bite one more time to put the Gallade to just 110 hit points remaining. And I will Tail Revenge for 110 damage, taking 2 prizes because of the Expert Belts. That feels really strong.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm going to find the extra belt this turn. Don't worry about it. It's bad. All right. I'm going to attach Call Energy, Rare Candy, Gardevoir, Cosmic Power for a full 6. Cards in hand.
4, 8, 10.
10? I don't like that at all.
I'm sure you don't.
I really don't. Play Moonland Stadium. Then I will judge.
If he doesn't find the Expert Belt, I am going to be swinging in for another knockout.
Might just be a game if I don't have the extra belt.
So I really need him to whiff here.
Telepass, Felicity's Drawing. I can Uxie for 2 and pray it's in the next 2 cards. I think that's my only option. So set up for 2. It's just not there. It's not there.
All that draw.
I really do be like that. Psychic Lock.
Psychic Lock for 60. My Poke Powers don't work, but Will did miss that Expert Belt, which is huge right now. I've got a pretty decent hand, but I don't actually want to play any of these cards right now, as I like them all, so I'm going to hold on to it and just use Tail Revenge for the knockout.
Yep. Draw. I think my only option here, build up this last Gardevoir, and then keep the Spiritomb active, and then knock it out next turn. I can't knock it out next turn, so this is actually horrible. I guess I will Bebe Search, put that back, get Nidorina, and evolve the Nidoran on the bench. Yeah, Gyarados is just, a little too big for Gardevoir to take down. I'm going to Telepass Felicities, discarding 1 card to draw 3. Darkness Grace. Nidoqueen. And then the damage will heal off because Nidoqueen. And your turn.
So I've got just 2 prize cards remaining. I'll draw for turn Will's going to get that final Gardevoir set up. He's still got 4 prizes, though. I'm going to play Felicity's Drawing to discard Luxray and draw 3 cards. Let's just Tail Revenge for the knockout.
And I need to find Extra Belt. And it's not even taking knockout, but it's fine. Double Colorless. Roseanne. Go find Duskull and Psychic. Or actually only just the Duskull. And go back in. Pecom. Ralts. Dusknoir. Rare Candy. Dusknoir. Cosmic Power. Draw 5. Extra Belt. Too little, too late. Psychic Lock for 80.
Okay. I'll draw for turn. So I've got no Poke Powers, 1 prize left to take. I'm going to put the Broken Time Space in play. I'm going to play Super Scoop Up. Big flip. It's a Tails. Dang it.
First Tails all day.
Hey, who's counting? Then I'm going to use Poke Turn to pick up Crobats. I'm going to play Pokemon Collector just to thin it out of my deck in case I get judged. I'm going to get Luxray, Uxie, and Sableye, put them into my hands. Now, what I would like to do is set up a Magikarp on my bench right now and do slightly less damage to the Gardevoir with Tail Revenge, but I can't set up the Magikarp because you can just Dark Palm it away.
Mm-hmm.
So that option's a little limited right now, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to Tail Revenge for 110 damage.
This game's not over.
It's not.
Well, first of all, I'm going to Dark Palm that away.
Okay, so that goes into my deck?
Yep.
Okay.
Take away your Fear Treater.
You do heal the Gardevoir with the Nidoqueen between turns.
Yes. And attach GC and Extra Belt to Nidoqueen just to thin my hand. Then I'll judge.
All right, here we go. 4 cards.
Now, if I hit Moonlight Stadium, it's pretty good. Because then Andrew has a 4-card hand, no powers, and no Broken Time Space.
It's possible.
I'll level up into Gardevoir level X. Cosmic Power. Then I'll use Psychic Lock.
Okay, so 2 prizes. Gyarados goes down. I will promote Uxie. I'll draw for turn. Okay. Okay.
What you got?
Well, this is really tough.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
I'm going to bench Sableye and attempt Super Scoop Up.
This is big.
Heads?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to Pokemon Rescue for Magikarp. I'm going to Impersonate. How many Judge are in your discard pile?
1, 2, 3.
3. All right. Off of Impersonate, I'm going to use Cynthia's Feelings, which says, shuffle my hand into my deck, then draw 4 cards. If any of my Pokemon were knocked out during my opponent's last turn, draw 4 more, so I get to draw 8.
That's so stupid.
You're mad.
Yeah. Okay, go down to 80, draw. Test Nidoqueen. Ralts. Moonlight Stadium. Because you just have it next turn, like, no matter what. Fear Treat. And Ruthless Tail for knockout.
Okay. I'm going to send up Magikarp, 1-to-1 prizes, and I'll draw for turn. I am going to Cyclone Energy.
Ah, yes, very cool.
So Cyclone Energy is basically a push. You attach it to your active, and your opponent has to switch with one of their bench Pokemon. The Nidoqueen had 140 hit points, so it was going to be way too big to deal with. But Dusknoir has just 120. Then I can use Pokemon Rescue to get Gyarados. I can put Broken Time Space into play. Flashbite the active. Poketurn. Flashbite the active again. And then I will use Uxie, and set up to draw 4 cards.
Sure.
Flashbite the active, Expert Belts, and Tail Revenge for game.
He's got it all. Huh?
There we go. GG's.
Good game.
Yes. Wow, that was a good one. A lot of back and forth there.
Got close to the end. Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, that got really tight at the end. That was, I think the game really came down to that Super Scoop Up flip.
Yeah.
Going into the Sableye. If I don't have that, then you are able to take that final prize because I have to sack a prize just to get into Sableye, and then you can just win. So,
yeah.
Saw exactly how close that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really good, man.
Good game, yeah.
Yeah, GG's for sure. Those are, and you can see why, like regionals were not best of 3 in this format.
Oh, it would take forever.
It'd be like playing best of 3 gym leader challenge in Swiss. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just games can take 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So you just don't play best of 3 until what, Top Cut then they did? Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.